Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's good to have you. In this particular episode, we're going to take a look at another one of my NASCAR cars. This is the number 9 Northern Lights car. Ford Taurus in the Roush Racing stable, that of Jeff Burton. You saw one of his earlier cars, his Exide 99 car. This is his number 9 car, the Northern Light car. As I had mentioned before, Jeff Burton and his brother Ward are Virginia-born boys, raised and raced in South Boston, not too far from Richmond, Virginia, where I happen to live. Jeff's nickname was the Mayor, and he currently serves as a color commentator for NBC Sports. Now, I got to know he and his family through his wife's father, who was a physician in South Boston. So I've seen the Burtons. I've been with them. I've a great relationship, great family, good guys. And, as you know, he has a son, Harrison, that competes in the NASCAR Cup Series right now, and a nephew, Ward Burton's son, Jeb, that's in the Xfinity Series. Jeff was the 1994 Rookie of the Year, and he joined Roush Racing in 1996. And this year, he was named one of the top 75 drivers in NASCAR. Congratulations to Jeff. He was certainly a great one. And when I tell you how many races he's won, you'll understand why. He had 695 races over 22 years in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series, his best finish of 3rd in 2000. So sadly, Jeff was never a champion of the Cup Series, but he had 21 wins, 254 top 10s, and 6 poles. And guys, that's not bad. The NASCAR Xfinity Series, he only ran in 306 races in that over 20 years, so he was double dipping, raced in Cup as well as Busch, and his best finish was 9th in 1992. However, he did have 27 wins in the series, 153 top 10s, and 11 poles. Now, I get asked, why you're taking a look at all these NASCAR cars when I'm really a GT3 sports car guy, and, that is very much true. I got turned on to sports car racing about 6 years ago. I have never looked back since. Consequently, I have never been back to a NASCAR race, despite the fact I live only 20 minutes from a track that they come to twice a year. However, I will say this. I do like the model cars that they made back when I collected these. And quite frankly, if I hadn't known both series at the same time, I would have never gone to NASCAR. I enjoyed NASCAR racing back in the day. I think it's much better racing then than it is now. In fact, I think the series absolutely sucks now, to be honest with you. And the cars that they manufacture are pretty crappy as well, unless you buy their top-of-the-line cars. And these cars that we got back then are more like the top-of-the-line cars that you had then. These are big, beautiful die-cast. This particular car is one of the preferred series, and it comes in a rather cheesy box. And, poor Jeff, I've got 2 of his cars, and I've got boxes that have all taken water damage, respectively. But nevertheless, it doesn't affect the car. The car's in a display case. Now, I absolutely love a black car, even though a Ford Taurus doesn't particularly excite me. The blue and the yellow, stripes around you have nice accents. I really like this ship for northernlight.com, and I really don't know what northernlight.com is, to be honest with you. They do note on here that they have 205 million web pages. Whatever the hell that means, I don't know. But anyhow, guys, just take a look at the details of these cars. You look in the interior, and it's absolutely stunning. And, cars in 143 scale kind of go to this detail, but you just don't see much of it. And they're so fragile, you can't take them apart. These cars are very, very easy to take apart. They're really cool, too. It's 3 screws. It is really simple. Here's a nice look at the back of it. You can see inside there, absolutely stunning. Now, this is kind of unusual. Here we've got a nice shot of both the hood and the trunk open, which is rare because sometimes these cars just don't like, the hinges are old, they just don't want to stay open. But beautiful engine detail that you got in this car. And of course, here is something that you don't see in 143 scale, particularly since we never take our cars off the bases, because there's really nothing to see. But on 124 scale NASCAR cars, wow, do you get to see this. And if you've ever seen these cars wreck, let me tell you, folks, this is exactly what the car likes. The entire transmission, exhaust system, everything is exposed, unlike in sports car racing today. And I think they're still built this way today, even though I haven't been to a race in 7 years or 8 years. But anyhow, very, very cool, very neat. Well, folks, that wraps up this particular edition and the review of this number 9 Northern Lights car driven by Jeff Burton. Take care.